Welcome back everybody to the daily show where we discuss and do technical analysis on big mega cap stocks. And before we get started, please smash that like button, and 100 plus likes on this video would be greatly appreciated, guys. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. And if you want to support the channel and get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, live trading, and all kinds of setups, definitely check out their link below down in the description for Patreon. And now let's get right into it. On Apple, stock is down 0.48%, and Apple definitely came under 200 SMA and also under the support 183, went back up and now trading just above 184, holding above 183. And also you can look at my screen, hitting lower Bollinger Band today right here, and that is sitting at 182.49. So we got two hammer candle right here, especially the one we got today. And so far it's not getting a big bounce, but never count Apple out. We got a gap on top, and as long as Apple can hold right here 183, we could see a quick bounce all the way back up to not only right here at the resistance 185, this thing can push even higher up to this gap 186.79, and then watch out for the resistance right here at 188 all the way up to 190. Now Apple breaks below 183, then watch out for a dump off down to 180 and then 177, and that would be going under daily 200 SMA and also going under lower Bollinger Band on this daily chart, and that's gonna be huge dip buying opportunity right here on Apple stock if that happens going into next couple trading session, guys. And here's my X account, and if you're on there, definitely give me a follow. And there's no subscription, nothing you gotta go through. It's totally free, and I do share lots of information right here on X. So before we get to actually Microsoft, I want to show you guys this, that whenever you make some big money in the market, the next day you shouldn't be going big again and trying to double it, because you will lose money. So I went really small today, and you can see right here I did call out Amazon call, and that was profit right there. A lot of people made money, but nothing big today because I went small on pretty much everything. But you cannot call this small money. It adds up. 630 bucks this guy made right here. It's not a small amount. That's somebody's paycheck, right? I mean, look at right here, 7 grand. Now Amazon, this one I sold early, and Microsoft got in actually under 405, slightly, just a tiny bit under 405, and this thing also exploded. I sold way too early, and now it's trading at, I think, 410, going in the money, those calls, and that thing was also amazing today. So all these trade ideas, and you can see it right here, all these trade ideas on daily levels that I put out early in the morning, and you can see this thing came down to pretty much 142 and some change, almost was there. IWM never got there, we never played. And then we got Amazon, like I said, got in at 168, and all these plays. And here's Microsoft, you can see right here. So all these plays are available on Patreon, and there's a lot more to it, guys. So if you're interested, definitely check out their link down below in the description. On Microsoft, it's up almost 1%, and you can see we got in right here just below 405, and this 20-day moving average right here, especially early in the morning, it was actually at 405 and some change. So we got a huge bounce off of this level, and if I was holding up until closing, it was more than 100% on those calls, 410. And you can see now we got a hammer candle, and that means one thing: Microsoft can move all the way up to this gap, 414.75, I would say 415. So going into tomorrow's session, watch out now, support down here 406 and then 400. And to the upside, look at this, guys. Just above 409.37, we got to close. 409.49. So that's going to be support to watch, but looks like it's gapping up right now. Early as tomorrow morning, we could see a move up to this gap right here, just under 415. And above this high right here, you're going to see fresh new all-time highs, and that could be anywhere from 420 to 425. On Tesla stock, it's up 2.55% and now up another 1% almost after hour. And you can see now trading above 190. Now, also here on Tesla, you can see right here, and let me see if I can draw that. We do have inverse head and shoulder on Tesla. Now, is that going to play out? Definitely not a guarantee, but you can see it right here. We do have this inverse head and shoulder right now. And if this actually plays out, we could see a move all the way up to possibly 212 on Tesla. So watch out, Tesla might be setting up for a big move very soon, and we could see that. Now going into tomorrow's session, now today this thing actually trading above, or at least trying to hold right here 188 as a support, and now trading at 190. So going into tomorrow's session, this is gonna be a big level to watch. 20-day moving average 193, and then the resistance right here 194. Tesla can break above 194, then you're going to see a quick trip up to 200, and then this gap right up here 206.77 up to 212. Now here on Tesla, to the downside, so far it's holding and respecting this support down here 180, and that is gonna be your line in the sand right here on Tesla on any pullback to watch. Also going into tomorrow's session, this is gonna be a support to watch also 188.02 exactly, and then this big support down here 180. So watch out here on Tesla. We might be getting ready for a big breakout to the upside, and this is the only big mega cap stock that is actually down for the year, I think 25%. So this thing can easily go up 10-15%, and we could see that in next few weeks. On Amazon stock, it's up 1.39%, and Amazon was a massive trade today. Unfortunately, because I had a really nice day yesterday, I actually sold early here on Amazon today, but a lot of people made money, especially my Patreon members. So kudos to you. And this thing from where we got in close to 168, I think 168.56, that's where I got in, 170 calls for this Friday expiration, and this thing exploded. Right now I think it's at least 80-90%. I got out for 45%, and then this thing got up to I think 50-60%, and that's all I got on Amazon. And then this thing moved up even higher, almost 100% profit on Amazon, and now trading at 171, going in the money, over the money. Now reason for this buying calls right here at 168, we do have strong support at 167, and we got a gap on top, and you can see now how this thing is actually playing out exactly. The thing that I was thinking here on Amazon, that this thing would come up and fill this gap at 171.54, and it's already happening, guys. 171.29. Also in my video, I said it last night that watch out, Amazon right here 167, that's gonna be a big support. And also we left this gap open here on top, so this thing can come back up right here. So today was that opportunity on Amazon to make some money. And yes, we did make some money today, but not enough, I would say, here on Amazon. And now, early as tomorrow morning, we could see Amazon filling this gap right here at 171.54. And above that, we also have strong resistance right here at 173. And Amazon can clear all that, then watch out for a move all the way up to 175.39, 179.99, and then 180. Only time Amazon breaks below 167, then watch out for the support down here, 163.31, 160, 159.76, this gap all the way down here from earnings. On Google stock, it's up 0.5%, and you can see Google again getting a bounce, not even touching exactly 145 today, came close to 145 and then bounced off of that level, went back up to almost 148. So if you actually caught this move today, you made money on Google once again. And this gap on top, and this one is still open, and that means one thing, looks like it's down right now 1.65%. So tomorrow, guys, Google here looks like we might be closing this gap down here 143.88, and that's gonna be a dip buy, especially on a day trade right here on Google. To the upside, now Google needs to break 148, and soon as that happens, watch out for this gap to get filled 148.56, and above that you could see that V shape actually continuing all the way up to this gap right here on top, 152.78. Only time Google breaks under, I would say, this gap and the support 50-day moving average, this red line 142.43, then you're going to see a dump off down to 140. On Meta, it's up 2.86% and now a breakout over 470, and that should take Meta all the way back up to 485.96, up to even 490. And if this is actually the real deal and the real breakout, you're going to see Meta going all the way up to not only 500, 503.90, and that's where this upper Bollinger Band expanded all the way up to. Now, don't forget about that buyback, guys. $50 billion buyback right here on Meta, and that should take Meta up even higher unless we get a breakdown in the market just like we saw yesterday. Then we could see some selling on Meta. As of right now, tomorrow, that's going to be a strong support to watch after this breakout 470, and just below that we have support also at 468, rising 5-day moving average, and then all the way down here 452. Above 470, definitely this thing can push up to this high 485.96 and then 490. On AMD, it's up 4.17% and clearly getting a breakout from this wedge right here, and now it's holding above right here 176. So going into tomorrow's session on a pullback 176 to 175 right here, top of this wedge right here, that's going to act as a support, and just below that we have rising 20-day moving average 170 to 61, and then we can talk about some more downside, possibly all the way down to 164. But as long as AMD can hold right here, I would say 175 to 176, you're going to see a move back up to 180 this high, and then possibly retesting this previous all-time highs just under 185. So Netflix going up 4.47% on a massive breakout today, and now you can see, I mean, this thing from this bull flag, it was just consolidating, and we talked about it so many times in my video. And what's unfortunate right here on Netflix, I played Netflix and made money here and there so many times. I just want to be in this run, especially on this breakout. And guess what? I'm not in this run right now. And why? Because every time we got some calls, yes, this thing paid, but breakout never happened. And soon as I got out and not in here on Netflix, guess what? Today, this morning, massive gap up. I mean, look at this move, up $25 on the day almost, and now up another $2.26. So unfortunately, I mean, you know, I said it in my video so many times that lots of consolidation, and that should play out to the upside. And so far it did on a massive gap up today because it was struggling inside this flag. So the only way up, gap up, right? And they did it overnight, and now it's trading just under 588. So I think going into tomorrow's session, yes, we could see another gap up, and this thing can go all the way up to 588, and above that Bollinger Band expanded all the way up to 611, and that means one thing, guys, the next stop above 588, 600, and then 611.53. And now to the downside, you can watch for the support right down here, 575, and if you're lucky, this thing comes back down to 564. That's gonna be a dip buy on Netflix. On Nvidia stock is up 2.46%, so Nvidia always green, and there is no red days on Nvidia stock. Yesterday, this thing was down to 696, and today 742.36, almost hitting a fresh new all-time high. So this thing is unstoppable. So far, just going straight up, no pullback, nothing. And look at this, guys. Now 5-day moving average moved up, sitting at 720, and look at this bounce off of this support today, and we actually got a hammer candle. And do not ignore hammer candles on Nvidia stock. This thing can go up even more, especially with a hammer candle, and technicals are not working. And yes, I can say it again, technicals are not working on the stock anymore. This thing can go wherever this thing wants, but at some point, like I said, you're going to see that blow off top, and this thing will come down crushing, and it's going to give up possibly 100, 150 bucks, or maybe even 200. We just need a bad catalyst for that, and there is going to be a lot more selling. But at this moment, there is no weakness, and you can see hammer candle, and that means one thing, there could be some more upside on Nvidia stock. So going into tomorrow's session, levels to watch for support 720, 715, 700. As long as this thing can stay above 720, the next stop 745, and then look at this Bollinger Band on top, expanded all the way up to 757. So this thing should be going up to 757, up to even 760 if this thing actually gets that breakout over 745 tomorrow. And like I said, do not ignore this hammer candle on Nvidia, but I would not be chasing this stock, especially at this level.